Be strong.
Hey guys, welcome to Hope with Jonathan. And today we would like to present to you a video on how to advocate on Facebook for a living kidney donor. Please welcome my guest, Kyle Hockridge from Kidney Warrior Merch. Hey
Hello,
Kyle.
everyone. Hey, how's it going?
It's going well.
Good. So we had a little conversation and I decided to put something together for everyone to try and help them learn on how to advocate on Facebook and what advocating on Facebook looks like and how to get the best chance of getting a living donor. So we put something together on PowerPoint and we're going to share it with you, and we'll go over techniques that we used and have learned over the years and over time, and we'll discuss it with you.
Sure. Yeah, this will definitely be an educational type of video and a resourceful video that you can go back to and look at many times over, so that you can take notes and learn how to advocate on Facebook.
All right, so let's start. I'm gonna get my screen open here. Screen share. Perfect. And there we go. Just gonna minimize us here. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. So how to advocate on Facebook for a living donor by Kidney Warrior Merch. First of all, we're going to make a little disclaimer that I make no claim that I nor Kidney Warrior Merch are experts on Facebook or Facebook ads. It is highly recommended that and very encouraged that if you make a purchase through our website or Facebook, that you do your own due diligence to protect from any losses. By using these strategies taught in this presentation, I nor Kidney Warrior Merch make no claim that you or your loved one will be guaranteed to receive a kidney transplant. This presentation is presented with the information that is found to be used by Kidney Warrior Merch, and we take no responsibility for misuse by you or your representatives causing Facebook to block or remove your account in accordance with Facebook's terms of service or community guidelines. This presentation and all slides and video are copyrighted Kidney Warrior Merch and Hope with Jonathan. By staying on and participating in this presentation, you agree to the terms listed above. So we're going to talk about 6 points here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. Now, Facebook as a platform, boosting on Facebook, social media and advocacy, strategies to boost your post, and do's and don'ts. So this is me, Kyle, and my wife Shannon, who many of you know suffers from polycystic kidney disease. And this is a quote from my website that each and every one of you is a warrior. Every day you wake up, you fight. Every day you go to dialysis, you fight. Every day you wait for that transplant, you fight. For some, just getting out of bed is a fight. But from the moment your doctor told you that something was wrong with your kidney, you became a warrior. And we started Kidney Warrior Merch. And our goal with Kidney Warrior Merch is to create a community that inspires and empowers kidney warriors. Many places there, we have our Kidney Warriors wall where you can post your story. And that's all for another time. So social media and advocacy. Looking for a live donor is about getting your story out. If you don't tell your story, no one will know that you're looking for a live donor. Basically, you're in a roundabout way, you're becoming a business and you're selling yourself to friends and family to try and look for your donor. You need to expand beyond the friends and family circle because your friends and family may not be a match for you. And anything to add with that, Jonathan?
Yes, social media is a great tool to advocate for a kidney and to get your story out there, especially by sharing whether it be a poster with a brief bio or a video or anything of that type of nature that you can bring onto social media that people can share. Social media can be a great tool for advocating for a living donor.
Okay, we'd like to first explain to you how a Facebook post works. So on Facebook, the general audience that you would be looking for to find a living donor would be people from 30 to 65 plus. The top features to use, you would use live groups, insights, ads, and hashtags. That would include your posters and your videos. Building a brand loyalty and large communities. So building your brand would be promoting yourself, letting people know your story for their loyalty, and trying to reach as many people as possible. The best number of hashtags to use on Facebook are up to 5. The content that works, which I'll ask Jonathan his opinion after, is videos, posters, and just stories about your posts about your story. Facebook is best for building your brand advocacy. When I say brand, that's yourself again. You're promoting yourself and loyalty. So a lot of people will connect to you and become friends for a very long time. Cons, some very limited organic search. Anything to add with that slide, Jonathan?
Everything on there that I see, I agree with completely.
Okay.
Definitely the audience category between 30 and 65 years, that's pretty much the age bracket that you want to be in. Give or take, there may be some cases that you may be able to go a little bit younger, just depending upon the situation, but that's the medium right there is 30 to 65 years. Top feature to use: live groups, insights, ads, hashtags. Totally agree with that, especially the groups, because you want to reach beyond your friends. If you make a post within your friends are the only ones seeing that. So you want to try to share it into groups so that you get more looks and more views, and you come across other people other than just your friends. The purpose of the platform: building brand loyalty in large communities. Like I said, you are in charge of your own brand. You become your own brand ambassador. You're your own best advocate. I know many of you have probably heard that saying before. So that's definitely true. The number of hashtags, I would definitely use up to 5, and you can hashtag anything like kidney disease, kidney dialysis, kidney failure, and kidney donor needed. You may even want to draw it into your local city where you're living. Content that works: videos, posters, and posts. Yes, most definitely posters, videos are definitely very effective. And let's talk about that just for a second, like just briefly. Less is more when it comes to a poster. I mean, you can really expand and really do a whole lot on a poster, but sometimes it's best to maybe keep it to a minimum, especially on your post. If you want to do a full link story, you may want to keep that down into the comment section. You may want to just put a brief post at the top. so people don't, get. Unfortunately, we live in a time and era where there's a short memory attention span with most people nowadays, and they want to just keep scrolling. So you need something attention grabbing, and then if they click into the comment section, that gives you room to really expand on a full length story. And also best for building brand and advocacy and loyalty for sure. Very limited organic reach, definitely. So
Okay.
great tools here. Great tools here.
All right. So here we have a slide. Basically, just want to kind of explain how your posts will get seen and how it will work on Facebook. So on this slide, we have the patient's page, and we're basically saying that patient has 100 friends, and their advocate could be Jonathan or someone else. They got about 300 friends. These are just examples, and they create a poster. So technically, we would think that that poster would be seen by 100 of the patient's friends and 300 of the advocate's friends. So it would reach 400 people. The truth is only 100 people might see it. Why is that? Some people will scroll right by it. They won't read it. And another sad thing is some people may have some people blocked on where they don't see their notifications. It's not that they don't see it, they just don't go through to all those people. In a perfect world, we'd have 400 people, but reality, sometimes out of those 400, only 100 might see it.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Jonathan?
A lot to do with this also will be the algorithm of Facebook. So Facebook may have it set where you're not being seen by certain people. So the algorithm of the way that Facebook works, you may appear suddenly in someone's feed, and then you may not appear in certain feeds. It just depends upon how Facebook has the algorithm set up, and that's a whole nother video for another time. But I totally agree with all of these points. Unfortunately, all of your friends, let's say you had 1,000 friends, unfortunately, not all of your friends will share your post. And so only a certain percentage is going to share it. So, but this is one of the reasons we're talking about, sharing where to share your post to, not only just to your page, but into groups and things like that.
Okay. All right, so we've expanded it a little bit here. A strategy to increase the traffic. We have the same patient with 100 friends. We have the advocate with 300 friends. We create a poster. So we'd like to see 400 people see it. The truth of the matter is, out of the 100, we might get 10 shares or 10 people off the patient's page, and about 30 shares, hopefully, from the advocate's page. The truth of the matter, we may only get 3 to 5 shares altogether.
Yeah.
In an ideal world on Facebook, just using the advocate's page here, if those 30 people shared to 30 people, and those 30 people shared to 30 people, and those picked another 30, it would be endless. But in some of the findings, we're finding that this is the end stage right here. It doesn't go much further than this. And this is one reason we've created this presentation, to try and help you bring it further than this point.
Yep, definitely. This is one of the reasons why we're doing this, is to bring some insight and some tools to try to help you get your story out further and show you where to post these posters, videos, so that you can be seen and get more views.
Okay, so one of the easiest ways to get views on Facebook is boosting the post. Basically, you'll hear the terminology Facebook ads. Boosting is part of Facebook ads. The issue with boosting is it costs money to boost your post. The cost can be from $2 a day to $100 or more a day, depending on your budget. The good thing about boosting is you can pick your budget. So you can go, the lowest point you can go is $2 per day. And the sky's unlimited. Big companies will spend thousands of dollars a day on those ads that you see in between on your Facebook page. Jonathan?
Yeah, boosting is an amazing tool to present your post in a whole different demographic other than your friends. It's going to get you the views that you need. Unfortunately, you have to pay for this. And but as you can see, you can do a low cost boosting of $2 at a minimum a day, and like Kyle said, you can go from here to the moon with it. Where people actually pay a lot of money for the boosting. The more views, the better. So if you can afford the boosting, and we're talking about maybe a $5 to $10 boost, it's going to garner you. I'm going to say, I believe probably around 600 to 800 more people with that type of boosting, possibly 1,000, somewhere in that area, right? Am I right, Kyle?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I think if this very next slide here.
Okay.
So let's see what boosting can do for you. Okay, so basically I created 2 ads for my wife stating that she needed a kidney. It's kind of in the lower part down here. It just fancy background with Shannon needs a kidney. We ran this ad for 2 days. I ran it in 2 different styles. Here's a screenshot of this account spent $20 on 2 ads. So I spent $10 per day on these 2 ads. This was done a while ago, the last 60 days. We were able to reach 2,358 people by boosting this ad. 145 people engaged and 31 people clicked on the link. We had 20 page likes on her page, and we spent $10 on that one. I'm just going to click ahead here. The actual on this one ad from January 7th, 2021 to January 9th, 2 days, we reached 1,342 people. We had 20 page likes. The cost per like was 50 cents, and we spent $10. The great thing about Facebook ads is we can set things up here. So we had, if you look here with the double yellow arrow, we had 16 page likes by women, and the cost was 54 cents. We reached 1,138 women. Men, we had 4 page likes by men at a cost of 31 cents, and we reached 177 men. The age that we picked, we had 1 person in the 25 to 34 range, but we reached 47. We had, just in this example, 3 people, and we reached 172 in the 35 to 44 range. Let me just be clear that some of these numbers may not add up completely when you're breaking down age and placement, but the point being, we had 1,342 sets of eyes that saw her, that she needs a kidney at this point. Anything to add right here, Jonathan?
I mean, the slides pretty much speak for themselves. As you can see, the great tool of boosting will garner you some more views. It comes down to basically dollars and cents. It's how much you want to spend for more, the more views. You're gonna, Facebook unfortunately is gonna make you pay to play, as Kyle talks about with me. But it's a great rewarding tool because you're gonna get more views. So, like I said, $10 is not a whole lot of money. You spend that on, on candy bars and snacks and things like that, if that's what you're eating. So you can spend $10 on pretty much anything, but why not spend it toward, your advocacy and see what kind of results you can get.
Yep. So I switched the slide here. So in the example that we've given with this one ad that I ran, be aware, I am in Canada. So we ran this ad from coast to coast in Canada. You can localize it to your area. You can break it down by age. You can break it down by where it wants to be. If you want to show it on people's phones or desktops. But out of this, seeing 1,342 people that we reached and 20 page likes, I do believe that this ad did get the one person that reached out to Shannon's donation team. So in the end, for us, the $20 that we did spend, it did cost us money, but that grabbed us one person that can be a potential donor.
And that's a great thing about it too, is that you never know who it's going to come across, and they'll feel compelled to want to come forward. So just spending that, $20, even though only one came forward, I mean, it was definitely worth that $20 for that one person.
Yeah. Okay, so with this next slide, with boosting a post, one of the great things is you can pick the gender of people. If you were someone that only wanted a female kidney or a male kidney, you can pick the gender that you show it to. You can break it down by the location. For example, I would not want to run this ad in the United States or United Kingdom due to the fact that we can't receive a donor from those locations. So someone in the US, you wouldn't want to send it to Canada or the UK, and the UK wouldn't want to send it overseas here. So you can pick the location, run your ad close to your state, run it countrywide, or your province. You can pick the age of the people that you want to show it to. So showing this ad to 19-year-olds might not work so well, where you would pick your age group of 40 and above. That tends to be a very responsive group. You can pay for views and you can pay for clicks. Now, in my experience, the next ads that I ran, I paid for page views. So Facebook will charge you based upon 1,000 people seeing your ad. So the most cost-effective way that I find going forward, after I made a little tweak there, was I'll pay for page views. I want more eyes on the ad than engagement.
Yeah, and ads are great too, because you can actually make more selections. Like Kyle said, I mean, due to regulations, you need to make it countries specific. But it's great that you can have in ads versus boosting. It's great because you have different options that you can, select to make your ad more specific.
Now, we understand that some people may not want to spend $2, $10, $20, $100, $1,000 on ads or boosting. We're not going to leave you out. We would really like to try and help you get more views on your posters and videos for free, to try and get that person for you. So to get more views for free, you can post in groups, you can record some videos, and you can start a page, which I know most already have. I'm just going to move forward here. So we'd like to teach you how to join groups. Okay. So with my experience, most of you are already going to be members of many groups, most of them kidney related. You're going to want to expand your groups by looking outside, looking for groups that reflect your interest outside the kidney community. Posting in kidney groups will be and could be helpful in your sorry, I see a spelling error, finding a partner in your paired exchange program in your area. But most people in those groups are also looking for kidneys or have already been transplanted. So it's going to be highly unlikely that you'll find someone willing to donate to you in those groups. Don't get me wrong, they're great resources and they're great for support systems and education systems, but actually looking for your donor in those groups is not very likely that you're going to find it. What I recommend is look inside yourself and find some of your interests. There are groups for everything on Facebook, thousands upon thousands of groups. It could be a TV show, a hobby, and sports team, anything. You can put the term that you're looking for in Facebook and select the groups. Anything to add with that, Jonathan?
First of all, yes, I totally agree that more than likely you're not going to find your kidney donor in a group that's related with kidney. You know, most kidney groups are either people that have kidney disease already, are looking for a donor, or have already been transplanted. And so most likely you're not going to find someone in that group. You can share posts in there in hopes that maybe they will share your poster or video. But as far as looking, you know, for a donor in those groups, you're, like Kyle said, it's going to be highly unlikely that you'll ever find a donor in those groups. And also, the ideal of looking for different types of groups, like, you know, a hobby. Maybe you're into basketball, maybe you're into football. There's tons of groups on Facebook, and the selection is there's so many different types of groups out there. So don't be afraid to join as many groups as you can, and you know, and then you may need to talk with them about their restrictions and things like that, about if they will allow your post or not.
Okay. So what I've done here is I've made a little slide on how to join groups and find groups. So we picked one of Jonathan's favorite activities, which is knitting. And so in the slide here with the green arrow, I just put up in the search knitting groups on Facebook. Starting with the yellow one, you hit the search button. The red, you type in the search that you're looking for. So right here, when I wrote in knitting, it wrote up knitting groups on Facebook. And really, don't ask me why I picked knitting. I just think it was something easy to find. Jonathan was talking about knitting, so we picked it.
Yeah, since I make all those blankets and clothes for people,
Yeah.
I'm really into knitting, especially on the weekend.
So you're joining groups. Okay, so when you join groups, you want to be an active member in your groups. You might want to, if it was the knitting group, you might want to give some tips and whatever, comment on other people's posts and maybe share them. Let the group begin to trust you. Don't never ever just post directly on the group's page your poster or video requesting that you're looking for a living donor. Ask permission to post your poster. There's group admins on there. Just keep in mind that you're posting that that you're looking for a living donor in a non-kidney group. So for example, if I was to join one of these knitting groups, I would find out who the group of admin is. And after being active for a week, maybe 2 weeks, being an active member of that group, I would write to the admin. And I wrote an example of something I would write here. I'd write hello to their name. My name is Kyle. I am suffering from kidney disease. I am currently looking for a kidney donor. I understand that this request may not be on topic with the group, but I have a poster that I would like to share with the group that is in search for locating a kidney donor. With your permission, I ask if I can make this post. I have also added a copy of the poster with this message. I thank you for your time and consideration. Now, they may come back and say no, it's highly likely, unlikely, depending on that group. And for example, if we looked at that knitting group, there's thousands of knitting groups. So we could move on to the next group. But one thing that I didn't add in this slide is you can also start to friend people from groups. Facebook will allow you to have 5,000 friends. So even if you get told no, request friendships with some of the people directly to your Facebook page. And when you post to your page, which you are totally allowed to do, those people are now your friends, and there's a good possibility that they'll see and they'll share for you. Anything, Jonathan?
So I agree with all of this. I would join a group, and I wouldn't, directly just start posting right away, because it's a turn off. People will shut you off, and especially the admins, if they see it and it goes against the group's regulations or rules, they'll immediately spot it. They get notifications. I have groups on Facebook. You get notifications on these type of posts, and they'll delete it and remove you from the group if it goes against their regulations. So like what he's saying is kind of, you need to start interacting in the group. And and of course, by all means, if you reach out to the admin and they say, sure, you can post your posters, your videos in there, that's no problem. Then that's fine. Go ahead and do so. I wouldn't recommend over posting. Like I would say maybe once or twice a week would be sufficient. I wouldn't overpost in a group. And but I do think what Kyle's saying here about the in the message is definitely very effective. And like I said, if you get a no, believe me, I was told no. I've been told no many times by advocating for others as well as myself. Don't take it to heart. Don't take it personal. Just move on. Move on to the next group, and you'll find that certain group that will allow the post.
Yeah. And what do we have next? Okay. So as I mentioned in the last slide, that Facebook will allow you 5,000 friends. One solution here is I have 2 Facebook pages. I have one that I use for Kidney Warrior merch and other things I've done. And my other one is my close friends and family members. So when I post a lot of Kidney Warrior merch stuff, I'm not irritating my friends and family. I do post some things over there, but just as a side note, I've done internet marketing before starting Kidney Warrior merch. So I try to keep them separate. Some friends and family are on my so-called Kidney Warrior merch page, and the rest is just quietly my friends and family. So you may want to look at creating another page where you can add a bunch of people and post as much as you want to try and look for your donor. Inviting people to like or join your page. Keep in mind, some people will not join your page. In groups where you cannot post your poster, you can invite members to your page, but I wouldn't get blocked or banned, and stick with the rule of 20. The rule of 20 that I use is when I'm adding people just randomly, asking them to join. These are people that I've never met. I really don't even know them. I stick to 20. 20 people in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, and 20 in the evening. This number I find is a safe number, and if you overdo it and try and get Facebook adding 100 people all day long every hour, you'll get banned from Facebook. They don't like it. They find it very spammy, and they want to kind of shut you down. So 20 is a great spot. I've never been in any kind of trouble for any groups or anything that I've started. I do 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, 20 in the evening. Now, not everyone's going to join, but each day, if you're, that's 60 people a day that you're trying to get connected to your page. And over a week, 2 weeks, that number will be a lot of people, but try and stay in that safe zone so you don't get blocked. Jonathan?
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, so with the Facebook rule of having 5,000 friends, once you get there, you will not be able to add any more friends. If you already have that many friends, you may want to go back and kind of scroll through your friend membership and see if there's any open availability to possibly get rid of some unused accounts or accounts that you're just not active with. That's a possibility to open up more space for friends that may you may come along in the kidney community that you may want to think about adding. So that's a good tip. But also having 2 Facebook pages can help you as well. And I think what Kyle was talking about was having 2 personal pages. So like you said, one for friends and family, the other one for random people. Of course, we can always, I don't know if we're going to get into it or not, but you can always add a kidney page as a secondary page for your donor search. But yeah, don't get banned or blocked by not trying to add like your whole friends list. So if you've already got like 3,000 friends and you click invite all, and you're doing that all the time, Facebook will limit you and restrict you, and you'll get to a point where you can't add friends at all. And so, or you can't invite friends to your page. So just be careful with that. Keep in mind, it does come across spammy, and then there's things called, they have bots. They think you possibly may be a bot moving about into their social media platform, and they don't really like that, or it comes across, like you said, spammy. So just be aware of that. I think Kyle's hit the mark here with the idea of 20. 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon, and 20 in the evening. It sounds like a reasonable amount of people for that day. I mean, you got to think about that. That's 60 people. So you get a possibility of adding at least 30 of those that may add right away in a day. That's a lot of people, and over time, you're going to add a lot of people if you do that every day. So just keep it in mind.
And not only that, Facebook will ban you from posting. You won't be able to post. You'll be put in a corner, as they say. You'll be banned for 7 days. Sometimes your account will be completely wiped out. So
yep,
it's best just to stay safe at a low number.
Yep. And you go into what they call Facebook jail.
Yeah. So here's our thank you page. Basically, thank you for listening to us. This just kind of scrapes the surface. Facebook is very deep. Some other people may have many other strategies. We just wanted to really do this for the beginner, just to give you an overall idea of how it works and how to get your feet wet in the water back there and behind that screen. This just gets your toes in. There are many, many other strategies. You can watch YouTube videos. You can download other platforms. As we find out more, we would like to also share with you. But you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our website is kidneywarriormerch.com. Jonathan's on all the platforms as well. I don't know why I don't have your title up here. Sorry.
That's okay. You can reach me at Hope with Jonathan. I'm on all social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and also I'm on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube at Hope with Jonathan. So you can also find me on Facebook at Jonathan Trailer. I'll be more than happy to become your friend. I'm an advocate, so I'm sharing for a lot of different people. But yeah, we wanted to come on and give you guys a quick help guide, a tutorial, if you will, to show you how to get started and where to share these posts and how to and where to show these posts. And we can turn this into a series. So I'm sure we'll be doing more of these instructional type videos.
Yeah, many, many more platforms and many, many more in-depth looks into Facebook and in-depth looks into, joining groups and posting on groups. So we could go on, but we just really wanted to scrape the surface to give you a little bit of a head start on where to post.
Sure. I appreciate you, Kyle, for inviting me on today. And hopefully you guys find this video inspiring and educational, and that you'll get out there and start sharing your story out there and start joining some groups and interact and get involved.
Well, I thank you for joining me and helping me with this project. It's been a great project, and I hope to do more, and maybe an Instagram one, Twitter, and then your favorite TikTok.
Yeah, where you can catch me, I'm doing a lot of dancing on there nowadays, and according to Kyle, I'm one heck of a knitter, so I'm actually knitting on TikTok as well. So,
yeah. All right, thank you very much, Jonathan.
All right, thank you, Kyle. You take care.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.